们得安息。我心里柔和谦卑，你们当负我的恶，学我的样式，这样你们心里就必得享安息。因为我的恶是容易的，我的担子是轻省的。把时间交给 Pastor Matthew。
Good morning, everyone.
大家早上好，
It's good to see all of you here today.
很高兴见到你们。
Before I begin my sermon, I'd like to give 2 apologies.
在我开始我讲道之前，我先要道歉。
The first is if you look at your bulletin, this is not the sermon title that I'm supposed to preach today.
第一个，你看你那个单张次序单这个不是那题目不是
No,
我今天要正道的题目。
The person doing the bulletin mixed up my sermon titles, and he put what I'm going to preach next week into today's bulletin.
那准备这个次序单的人弄乱了，他把我下个礼拜要讲的道放成是今天的。
So if you want to know what that sermon title is all about, come to MEC next Sunday.
所以你要知道那题目是关于什么的，下个礼拜你就来 MEC。
I know the title looks very interesting, so feel free to drop by MEC.
我知道那个题目看起来很吸引人，所以你们可以随意来到 MEC。
Now, the second apology is because it's regarding my slides.
第二项道歉是关于我的这个投影片。
Now, I had it translated last night,
昨天我将它翻译了，
but this morning it miraculously chose not to appear.
可是今天它奇迹似的没有出现，
So I have to apologize that all my slides are just in English today.
所以我要道歉。我今天我的投影片只是以英文的来呈
So with
现。
that, let's go into today's sermon, which is entitled "Come to Jesus."
所以我们就来到今天的今天的讲题。
You know,
来到
recently
耶稣
we
这里
just celebrated the Chinese New Year,
我们就刚刚庆祝了农历新年。
and I'm sure all of you were very busy traveling and doing all the preparations.
我相信你们都忙着旅行来预备，或
And
者是预备。
I'm sure some of you even had a very good rest, a 1-week rest, a 1-week holiday.
我相信你们当中一些有很好的休息，这一个礼拜的休息。
And today's sermon is going to focus on this word called rest.
今天我们的讲题我们的讲道会专注在这个词安息。
You know, what is rest?
什么是安息？
All throughout the Bible, right from the book of Genesis, we see that rest was part of God's creation.
整本圣经就从创世纪开始，我们看到安息是上帝创造的一部分，
This is God's intention for man as well.
这是神给人的旨意。
The Bible tells us that God rested.
圣经告诉我们，神安息，
He instituted a day of rest for the Israelites.
他也设立了一个安息日给以色列人。
What does it really mean to rest?
那安息到底意味着什么？
Now, how many of you had more than 3 hours of sleep last night? Let me see your hands.
你们当中有谁昨晚是有超过3个小时以上的睡眠？
好多人没有睡觉啊，这种。
Many people didn't sleep.
Either you really did not sleep, or you are asleep now.
你是真的没睡，还是你现在在睡着？
But you see, when we are tired, we rest. We need rest.
你看，当我们累的时候，我们需要休息。我
We
们需
need.
要休息。
Scientists have said that we need at least 7 hours of sleep in order for our bodies to recover.
科学家说，我们需要至少7个小时的休息，好让我们的身体能够恢复。
And I think all of us know that if we sleep enough, we have enough rest, our bodies will be healthy.
我想，我们很多人都知道，如果我们睡眠充足，我们休息得够，我们的身体就会健康。
But knowledge doesn't always translate into action.
但知识不一定化为行动。
You see, we know we need to sleep, but when it comes time to sleep, we are still playing on our handphones.
你看，我们知道我们需要休息，可是时间到了，我们还在玩手机。
And what starts off as a 5-minute browsing turns into a 10-minute browsing, and then it turns into an hour of browsing your smartphone.
他从5分钟开始到10分钟的滑手机，直到1个小时的还在滑手机。
And then suddenly we realize, oh, the time is so late, and I need to get up early in the morning. Let me try and just sleep as much as I can now.
然后我们才突然发现，哦，很迟了，我现在需要休息，我现在需要睡觉了。
We try and cram in as much sleep as we can in just that short 3 hours.
我们尝试尽可能的在那短短的3个小时里有足够的睡眠
And。then the next day when we go to work, when we go to classes, we are very tired, we are very sluggish.
当我们隔一天去上班去学校的时候，我们觉得自己很迟钝，
We are very agitated, we're very frustrated because we did not have enough sleep the night before.
我们很激动很烦躁，因为前一天我们没有足够的休
We
息。
come to church and we complain, why the pastor preached so long?
我们来到教会，我们在那边抱怨为什么传道讲这么久的，讲
It's
这么
not
长
because I
的，
preached long, you did not sleep enough.
就因为我讲得很长，你们睡不够。
You see, physical rest is so important.
身体的休息是那么的重要。
But this morning, I'm not going to tell you why you need to sleep from the Bible.
当然，今天这个早上我不会告诉你为什么我们要睡觉。
But today, we're going to look at something a little bit more important, and that is spiritual rest.
我们要看见一个更重要的事情，那就是我们灵里的安息，
Is our spiritual rest similar to our physical rest?
是我们灵性的休息，就如同我们肉体的休息一样。
Are we restless in our spiritual lives?
我们的灵里是不是不够休息？是不是不安？
You see, Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30 is one passage that speaks to us very clearly about spiritual rest.
看马太福音11章28节到30节，告诉我们这个安息。
But we really need to understand what spiritual rest is all about. And to understand spiritual rest completely, we need to look at all 3 verses of Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30.
在我们读这段话的时候，我们需要知道安息到底意味着什么。我们需要从这段经文当中来看。
So let's look at the passage one more time.
我们再一次来看这段经文。
Starting from verse 28, Jesus told his disciples this, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
从第28节开始来看，这边说到：凡劳苦担重担的人，可以到我这里来，我就使你们得安息。
Now, when we read this passage, it's very clear. From the first verse, Jesus says, "Come to me, I will give you rest."
当我们从这节来看的时候，我们很清楚的可以看到，耶稣说：“我们到他那里去，我们可以得安息。”
This sounds very inviting. It sounds very pleasing to the ears.
这听起来很吸引人，很不错。
And what Jesus was telling his disciples is this: if your heart has burdens, you can come to me, and I will give you rest.
然后耶稣所告诉他们门徒的是这样：你有劳苦重担的，可以到我这里来，我可以给你安息。
What kind of burdens is Jesus talking about?
耶稣所说的是什么重担？
What kind of rest is he talking about?
他所说的是什么样的安息？
You see, this passage, verse 28 to verse 30, comes after a very long conversation between Jesus and his disciples.
你看这段经文28至30节是在耶稣和他门徒很冗长的一段对话之后的结尾。
And in this conversation with his disciples, he was talking to them about judgment, about persecution, about sin.
在这段对话当中，他谈到审判，谈到关于逼迫，谈到关于罪。
It seems like there is quite a lot of negative words used in his conversation with the disciples.
看来他跟他门徒谈话当中用了很多负面的话语。
And then right at the end of this very long negative conversation, Jesus says, if you are burdened, if you are heavy laden, come to me and I will give you rest.
就在这段结尾，这段这么负面的话的结尾，他说了，他对他门徒说：“你凡劳苦担重担的，可以到我这里来。”
Jesus was telling his disciples that I can give you rest from your burdens.
耶稣是对他的门徒说：“我可以让你从你重担中得着安息。”
You know, spiritual burdens are very real.
灵性的负担是很真实的。
If you have burden in your heart,
如果你心中有个重担，
it weighs down on you.
那使你很沉重，
It makes you feel very heavy in your heart.
它让你的心里很沉重。
You know, sometimes a small little thing can cause you to feel, lifeless, can cause you to feel, a loss of mood to do anything.
有些小小的事情就会让你觉得在这生活上很没有意义， 很没有那个。
You continue to bear these burdens, and what happens is you feel weary, you feel tired.
当你一直在承担着这个重担的时候，你会觉得自己很疲惫、很无力。
And we can call all these things as spiritual burdens.
我们可以称这个为灵性的负担。
When Jesus was talking to his disciples, he was not referring to physical burdens that they would carry.
当耶稣在跟他门徒谈到这重担的时候，他说的不是那个肉体上的重
But
担，
he was talking about spiritual burdens.
但他说到的是灵性的负担。
And what are spiritual burdens?
那灵性的负担是什么？
What makes up spiritual burdens?
是什么造成这个灵性的负
You see,
担？
there are three different forms of spiritual burdens.
这灵性的这个重担有3种形式。
The first one is caused by sin.
第一个是罪造成的，
Sin creates a feeling of guilt in our hearts.
罪产生我们心里的罪疚感，
And guilt can be a very heavy burden for us to bear.
罪疚感对我们来说是很沉重的。
This burden in our hearts makes us feel like as if God doesn't love us anymore.
这重担让我们觉得好像上帝不爱我们。
This burden in our hearts creates a distance between us and God.
我们这心里的负担造成我们跟上帝的一个距离。
But this burden only happens to people whose conscience is not yet hardened by sin.
但这重担只会在那些灵性上还没有刚硬的人。
Because a person who is hardened, who has a hardened conscience, he will not feel he is guilty at all.
如果一个在良心灵性上已经刚硬了，他不会感觉内疚。
So a person whose conscience is still sensitive to God and to the Holy Spirit will have a burden when he or she commits a sin.
当一个人良心还是柔软的，还是跟随上帝的，他会感觉到对罪的内疚。
The second thing is this.
第二件事是，
Spiritual burdens can be caused by external problems.
灵性的重担可以由外来的因素造成
And。I think this is the most common burden and all of us feel today.
我想这是对我们来说是最普通，我们时常会感受到的
Worries, anxieties,
担忧、焦虑，
caused by all kinds of things coming from work, relationships, studies, health issues.
被各种来自工作、关系、健康还有
And-
学业所造成的问题
And。a lot of times, because these situations are negative, it causes a burden in our hearts.
很多时候，因为这些都是很负面的，它让我们的心里感到很重。
Our problems keep us awake at night.
我们的这些问题让我们夜不能眠，
We have loss of appetite.
我们失去了胃口，
We have worries. We have anxieties.
我们很多的忧虑，很多的焦虑
And，sometimes we even slip into depression.
有时候我们在忧郁当中睡
So
着，
external factors can be a spiritual burden for us as well.
所以这些外来的问题也会造成我们心里的重担。
Closest to the context of this scripture is the third category of spiritual burden, that is persecution.
所以接近这经文里的背景是关于逼迫。
And Jesus was reminding or maybe informing his disciples that they were about to be persecuted in the future.
耶稣在提醒或者是告知他的门徒们，他们有一天会遇到逼迫，
That there will be people who dislike them.
会有人不喜欢他
There
们，
will be people who will go against them.
会有人与他们作对，
And some of them may even die for what they believe.
他们有的甚至会因为他们的信仰而死。
And for the disciples, hearing about persecution will certainly cause a lot of fear in their hearts.
对于门徒，当他们听到逼迫，一定会让他们心里感觉很
Now
重。
today we don't have persecution.
今天我们没有逼迫，
You know, the police will not stop us from coming to church.
看警察不会阻止我们来教
Today we
会。
have a lot of freedom in church.
今天我们在教会有很大的自由，
But today even us, we have fear.
但就算今天我们还是有恐惧，
Some of us fear about tomorrow.
我们有的会为明天而担忧，
Most of us fear about our future.
大多数我们都为着未来而恐惧。
And so you see, these are some of the spiritual burdens that is very real and it is experienced by most of us.
这些重担对我们来说是这么的真实，也是我们所经历的。
And all these things, if we continue to just bear them by ourselves, it will weigh down on us.
当这些事情我们还在独自担当的时候，它会使我们很沉重。
And that's why Jesus told his disciples, and Jesus is telling us today, that if you are burdened in your heart, come to him.
所以这是耶稣告诉他门徒，告诉今天的我们：如果你劳苦担重担的，到我这里来，
Come to Jesus and find your rest in Jesus.
来到耶稣这里来寻找你的安息。
See, what does it mean to find our rest in Jesus?
所以在耶稣里找到我们的安息是什么意思？
It really means to come to Jesus and say, God, here I am.
他就是指到耶稣面前说：“主，我在这里，
Here are my burdens.
这就是我的重担，
I want to take them off and I want to lay it down at your feet.
我要把它们卸下，放在你的脚前。
I do not want to continue to bear this burden all by myself.
我不要再独自担当这些重担，
I want you to give me the rest that I want, that I need for my life.
我要你给我生命中需要的安息。”
You see, coming to Jesus and receiving his rest means we are able and we are willing to exchange our heavy burden for the rest that Jesus wants to give to us.
看，当我们愿意来到耶稣面前的时候，把我们重担交给他，其实我们是在交换，与我们的重担与他所给的安息来交换。
It does not mean that your problems will instantly be resolved,
那不是指你的问题会瞬间的解决，
but it simply means this, that now Jesus is carrying your burdens for you
但它是指现在耶稣在帮你代替你承
so
担
that
的
you
重
can
担，
have rest in your hearts.
所以你的心里可以有安息。
You know, recently I watched a documentary
知道吗？最近我看了一个纪录片，
about people who love to climb Mount Everest.
是关于那些很喜欢登珠穆朗玛峰的人。
But this documentary is not focusing on the people who climb Mount Everest,
但这纪录片不是关于那些登珠穆朗玛峰
but
的
it's
人，
focusing on the people who make climbing Mount Everest possible for everyone.
但它是关于那些让攀登珠穆朗玛峰成为每个人的可能的这
And
些
these
人，
people are known as the Sherpas.
而这些人被称为夏尔巴人。
Without these people, you are not able to climb Mount Everest by yourself.
没有这些人，你不能独自爬上珠穆朗玛峰。
I'm sure all of us know that climbing Mount Everest is no joke.
我们都知道，登珠穆朗玛峰不是一个简单的事情。
Most of us will be able to climb up Mount Kinabalu.
我们很多人可以爬上神山，
But not all of us can climb up Mount Everest.
但不是每一个人都能爬上珠穆朗玛峰。
There are several steps of preparation which takes many months in order for you to begin climbing Mount Everest.
要爬珠穆朗玛峰当中有很多要预备的程序，
And those who actually begin their ascent of Mount Everest,
而那些开始登山的人，
they cannot do it alone.
他们无法自己做，
They need to have this group of people called the Sherpas to help them.
他们需要这一群人叫夏尔巴人的来帮助
Now,
他们。
these Sherpas are very unique people
这些夏尔巴人是很特别的人，
because they grew up around Everest.
因为他们在珠穆朗玛峰附近长大。
To us, we look at Everest as this huge, gigantic, monstrous mountain.
对我们来说，这珠穆朗玛峰就是这么巨大可怕的山。
But to these Sherpas, the Mount Everest is like their playground
对于夏尔巴人，这珠穆朗玛峰就好像他们的游乐场，
because they grew up there. They are so acclimatized to the climate, to the different oxygen levels in Mount Everest.
因为他们在那里长大，他们是对那里的氧气的程度山是那么的习惯
And。when you climb Mount Everest, the Sherpas, they are your guide, they are your rescuer, they are your cook.
当你在爬珠穆朗玛峰的时候，这些夏尔巴人就是你的厨师、你的向导、你的帮助。
And they are also, most importantly, your personal porter.
更重要的，他们是你个人的搬运工。
When you want to climb Mount Everest, you have to bring a lot of gear.
当你要爬珠穆朗玛峰的时候，你需要带很多的配备。
It's not just one backpack.
这不只是一个背包，
It is several backpacks.
是好几个背包。
And these Sherpas will actually carry all this heavy load for you.
而这些夏尔巴人会帮你承担这些
They take
重担，
all the heaviest load upon themselves.
他把那些包袱来背着，
And they carry up the different heights.
他把你们带到各种的高峰。
And this is so that you don't have to use all your energy carrying your own backpack.
这就是为什么你不需要用你所有的力量来背你的背包，
They lighten your load
他们减轻你的重担，
so that you can focus all your energy on climbing this mountain.
好让你能全神贯注的来爬山。
Our Christian life is like that as well.
我们的基督徒生活也是如此，
It's a very long road.
那是一个漫长的道路，
It's a road that is very winding.
那是一个弯曲的道路，
Sometimes there are potholes in this road.
在这道路当中有时候会有洞。
And to make this Christian journey easier, Jesus says, "Come to me, give me your burdens, and I will give you the rest that you need."
让这道路更容易走。耶稣说：“你来到我这里，我让你得安息。”
You see, Jesus knows that this road is very tough, and he says, "Come to me, hand off your burden so that you can focus on moving ahead."
耶稣说：“耶稣知道这路是不容易走的，所以他说：来到这里，卸下你的重担，我让你走得更轻
And
松。
I think we need to respond to what Jesus says.
我们要回应耶稣所说的。
Because if we constantly bear our heavy burden by ourselves,
如果我们继续的来自己独自承担这个重担，
soon we will be spiritually exhausted.
有一天我们会灵性枯竭。
What are some signs of spiritual exhaustion?
灵性的枯竭有什么征兆？
We give up on hope.
我们放弃希望，
We give up on God.
我们放弃上帝。
We are in church, but then we are just going through the motions.
我们是在教会，可是就是例行公事。
We have no zeal. We have no purpose in life.
我们没有热情，没有生命的意义。
And the real serious sign is when we stop believing in God.
而最大的征兆就是我
You
们
see, if we
停止相信
continue
神。
bearing our burdens by ourselves,
你看，独自承担我们自己的重
and
担，
we keep adding on to this heavy burden in our hearts,
我们继续在增加我们心里的重担，
we will be spiritually exhausted.
我们会灵性枯竭。
To prevent us from dropping out in our Christian faith,
为了阻止我们离开这信仰，
Jesus says, "Give me your burden,
耶稣说：“给我你的重担，
and in exchange, I will give you rest."
作为交换，我给你安息。”
I don't know about all of you, but I think this offer is something that I want.
我不知道你们，但这个提议是我想要的。
I'm not sure how many of you here are struggling with sin,
我不知道你们当中有谁在与罪挣扎，
but if you are, come to Jesus.
但如果你是来到耶稣这里，
Let him take away that guilt from you.
让他从你心中挪走那内疚感。
If your life has been burdened by problems
如果你的生命有很多的问题，
and stress, and you're filled with worries and anxieties,
你被焦虑和担忧充满，很多的压力，
it's time to come to Jesus
是时候来到耶稣这里，
and let him take our burden.
让他挪去我们的重担。
Some of us face family and relationship issues,
有的人可能面对家庭和关系
and
上的
these things have
问题，
been weighing down in our hearts.
而这些都让我们很沉重
You。see, the Bible tells us very clearly that we do not have to bear all these things by ourselves.
你看，耶稣告诉我们说，我们不需要自己承担这一切，
Come to Jesus, lay your burdens down at his feet,
来到耶稣这里，将你的重担卸在他跟前，
and let him give you the rest that you need for your souls.
让他给你灵里需要的安息。
You see, we know that Jesus is giving us this wonderful offer.
你看，我们知道耶稣给我们那么好的一个事
But
情，
like I said earlier, knowledge doesn't always translate into action.
如果早前所说的知识不一定化为行动，
You know, I'm sure all of us, we have read this scripture many times.
我肯定我们很多已经读过了这段经
And
文，
we can even recite this scripture by heart.
我们甚至可以背出来。
You see, we know that if we come to Jesus, we can receive the rest that we need for our souls.
你看，我们来到耶稣这里，我们可以得到我们心里的安息。
But a lot of times we refuse the help that Jesus can give to us.
但很多时候，我们拒绝耶稣所给我们的帮助。
You see, some of us, we continue to hold on to our guilt.
你看，我们很多人还继续的把持着我们的罪疚。
And we think that God cannot forgive me for what I've done.
我们认为说，耶稣不能够赦免我们
As
所
much
做的
as you have read the Bible and you have understood about the grace of God,
如果你已经读了圣经，你知道了神的恩典，
But somehow you still tell yourself, my sin is super special that God cannot forgive.
可是我们就会一直告诉自己，我的罪是那么的特别的，上帝无法
And
赦
we are
免。
unable to obtain that rest that Jesus is promising us.
我们无法得着耶稣所应许我们的那一份安息。
And for some of us, we choose to hold on to our worries.
对于我们还一直的担忧，
Because to say, I want to let go of all my worries completely, it seems like a very frightening thing.
因为对我们来说，要把我们的所有忧虑给放下，好像是一个很可怕的事
Because
情。
without us realizing, holding on to worries and sometimes anxieties becomes our security in life.
因为我们没有发现的，在我们没有发现的情况下，我们好像把焦虑、把担忧当时是我们生命的安全感。
And sometimes we tell ourselves, I need to have a little bit of worry because I feel secure when I have some worry in my heart.
我们有些会对自己说：“我需要有点点担忧，这样我会觉得我的心里会比较安全。”
And then
比较
you
有
come
安
to
全
the
感
church and you say, why do I not have rest?
然后我们来到教会，再说为什么我没有得到安息？
Why am I still burdened in my heart?
为什么我心里还有这个重担？
It's not because Jesus is not powerful enough, because it's not because Jesus is not keeping to his word in the Bible.
这不是因为耶稣他的话语没有能力，不是因为他没有持守他的应许，
But it is us who are unwilling to let go of these burdens that we have accumulated in our heart.
不过是我们自己不愿意的卸下我们重担，一直在累积我们的
It is
重
like
担。
us carrying a heavy backpack,
这就很像在背负着一个很重
and
的
then
背包，
someone comes and say, hey, let me take your backpack from you. It's so heavy.
然后有个人来说：“你的背包这么重，让我来帮你承担。”
Imagine Hui En is so small size,
想象慧仁是那么的小只，
and she's carrying a bag that is 3 times her size.
然后他是背负着一个他3倍以上的体积
And
的
I'm very
背包
kind. I'm very kind-hearted.
然后我很好心的，
不是你，是我。And I'd say, Hui En, give me your bag.
然后我说慧仁给我你的背包，
But she says no.
然后他说不要，
And I say, no, give me your bag. Let me carry for you. I'm stronger than you.
然后我说不，给我你的背包，我比你更强大。
And after a while of back and forth, she says, okay, I give you a few things from my bag.
然后过了一段时间，他说好吧，我给你一些我背包里的
She
东
takes
西。
down her bag. She takes out a few things, a few small, tiny things, and hands it to me. You take this. I'm sure I'm okay now.
他把他的背包放下来，从里面拿出一些较小样的东西给了我，
And she
然后说我可
continues
以
to
了
put on that heavy bag on her.
然后继续的背上那个重重的背包。
Do you think her burden is lightened?
你觉得他的重担更轻省了吗？
No, it may be lighter a little bit.
没有，他可能轻省了一些。
But Jesus does not say, I want to give you a little bit of comfort.
但耶稣不是说我要给你一点点的舒
Jesus
服，
did not say, I want to give you a little bit of rest.
耶稣不是说我要给你一点点的安息，
Jesus says, I want to give you complete rest.
耶稣是说我要给你完全的安息，
I want to remove your burdens completely.
我要完全的把你的重担给除去。
The question is, are we willing to do so?
但问题是我们真的愿意那么做吗？
Are we willing to come to Jesus
我们是否愿意来到耶稣这里，
and say, God, here are all my burdens.
然后跟神说：“神啊，这就是我所有的重担，
I want to lay it down before you.
我要卸下来在你面前，
I don't want to bear these burdens anymore.
我不要再背负这些重担，
I want to receive your rest.
我要接受你的安息。”
You see, this morning, if all of us are willing to come to Jesus and lay everything down before him,
你看，这早晨，希望每个人都愿意将我们的重担卸在他面前，
Jesus will give us rest.
耶稣会给我们安息。
But this verse doesn't just stop at this passage doesn't just stop at verse 28.
但这段话不只是停留在第28节，
There is another 2 verses that sometimes we leave out.
还有另外2节，我们有时候会略过，
Or maybe we intentionally just put it aside.
或我们刻意的就不理他。
Because either we don't understand
或许是我们不明白，
or we don't really like what it says.
或我们不喜欢他所说的。
But to understand about the rest that Jesus can give to us is to read all 3 verses together.
但要明白耶稣所给的安息，我们需要这3节都一起读。
To just read verse 28 by itself
只单单读第28节
is not complete.
是不完整的。
You need to read verse 39, verse 30 when Jesus talks about his yoke.
我们需要读29节、30节关于他的恶。
Let's look at verse 29.
我们来看第29节，
Verse 29 says this, take my yoke upon you
第29节说：“当负我的恶，
and learn from me,
然后跟我学习，
because I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls.
因为我心里柔和谦卑，你能从我这里得安息。
And if you look at verse 30, ”
如果你看第30节，
Jesus repeats the same thing.
耶稣重复同样的一句话，
He says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
他说：“我的恶是容易的，我的担子是轻省的。”
You see, after Jesus gave the promise of taking our burdens, he continues by saying this, take my yoke.
你看，耶稣给了我们这应许，说他会挪走我们的重担。他继续说到他当负我的恶。
And he says, my yoke is easy, my burden is light.
他说他的恶是容易的，我的担子是轻省的。
Sometimes we do not understand, why would Jesus want to give me another burden?
有时候我们不明白，为什么耶稣要再给我们另外一个重担？
Didn't he promise to take my burden previously?
他之前不是说了要把我们重担给挪去吗？
But then why now give me a different kind of burden, a lighter burden, so to say?
那为什么现在他又给我另外一个包袱，一个更轻的担子？
Isn't my situation back to square one?
那我的情况不是回到原点吗？
Isn't it back to the same situation that I was before I came to Jesus?
那不是回到我来到耶稣之前的情况吗？
Now, in order to understand this verse a little bit more clearly, let's go back to the story about Mount Everest.
为了明白这段话，我们再次回到那珠穆朗玛峰的故事。
You know, those who climb Mount Everest, they will offload their very heavy backpacks.
那些珠穆朗玛峰的登山者，他们的背包是非常的重的。
The Sherpas take everything from them.
夏尔巴人把他们全部的重担给拿去
The
了。
Sherpas carry all their heavy bags.
那些夏尔巴人背着他们所有的重
But
的
each
背包，
climber has to carry something.
但那登山者他们需要带着一些东西，
And that's something the Sherpas cannot carry for them.
那是夏尔巴人无法帮他们带的，
That is a small pack of oxygen.
那就是很小袋的那个氧气罐。
And sometimes this oxygen is a little bit heavy,
有时候这个氧气罐会比较重，
but they have to carry it by themselves.
但他们需要自己带着。
Because this oxygen tank, if they don't carry it by themselves, when they reach higher altitudes, they could easily die because of lack of oxygen.
当他们不自己带着这个氧气罐的时候，他们在登更高的地方的时候，他们会因为缺乏氧气而死。
No climber can say, oh, this oxygen tank is so heavy, I want you to take my oxygen tank as well.
没有一个登山者能这么说：“哦，我的氧气罐很重，你帮我带着。
The Sherpas say, no, you have to carry this by yourselves. ”
夏尔巴人说：“不，你这个你要自己带。
Because if you do get lost along the way,
如果你在路途上迷路了，
at least you have some oxygen to survive.
至少你还有一些氧气可以存活。
If you are tired,
如果你累了，
you can pause for a while and you still have oxygen of your own.
你可以停一下，然后还有自己的氧气。
You need to carry your own oxygen tank.
你需要自己带着自己的氧气罐
And。yes, it is a load,
对，这是一个包袱，
but it is a lighter load.
但它是一个更轻的担子，
And it is a necessary load.
它是一个必须的担子。
And that's the same thing with our Christian faith.
这跟我们基督教信仰是一样的。
When Jesus takes away the burdens in our heart,
当耶稣拿去我们心中的重担，
He removes all that is weighing us down.
他除去所有一切牵累我们的，
And He replaces it with a different kind of burden.
他以另一种担子来交换。
But this burden is necessary
但这担子是必须的，
because it will ensure that you continue to receive the rest that you need in your daily life.
因为它确保你在你每一天的生活中持续的领受这安息。
And Jesus uses this work my yoke.
耶稣用了这词，我的轭，
My yoke.
我的轭。
There is really only two yokes in this world.
在这世界上只有2种轭。
From the Bible, we know that there are only two yokes.
从圣经中我们知道只有2种轭，
We either be yoked to sin,
或许是一样是以罪的轭，
we are yoked to the devil,
我们被罪魔鬼扼住，
or we are yoked to Jesus.
或者我们扼于耶稣。
The yoke of sin is guilt and shame.
罪的轭是罪疚和羞耻，
It is also destruction.
那也是毁灭的。
But the yoke of Jesus is this. It is commitment. It is discipline.
但耶稣的轭是委身，是纪律。
You see, when we come to Jesus and say, Jesus, here I am.
当我们来到耶稣这里说：“耶稣，我在这里，
Here is everything that I've done in the past.
这是我在过去所做的一切，
Here is all my worries, all my troubles, all my anxieties.
这是我所有的烦恼、所有的担忧、所有的焦虑，
I lay it at your feet.
我把它卸在你跟前
And I，want you to take it all away.
我要你把它挪走一切。
We are not just coming to Jesus and say, Jesus, here is my load, take it. And then we go back to doing what we have done before.
我们不是来到耶稣这里说：“耶稣，你把我的，这是我的重担。”然后我们再去回另外一边做
When
回
we
以前
say,
的事。
God, I want to be free from the guilt of my sin.
当我们跟耶稣说我们要从我们的罪疚得释放，
We are not just coming to Jesus and say, forgive me. And then once he's forgiven us, we go back to our old lifestyle.
我们不是来跟耶稣说：“耶稣赦免我。”然后我们又回到自己的旧生活。
When we come to Jesus and Jesus gives us the rest, we are actually making a commitment to him.
当我们来到耶稣，耶稣给我们安息，这是我们对他的一个承诺。
And that is why the yoke of Jesus is these two things. It is commitment, it is discipline.
这是为什么耶稣的恶是承诺和纪律，
It is commitment to Jesus.
是我们对耶稣的委身。
Knowing that our old life and what we have done in the past will not get us anywhere to freedom.
知道我们过去在我们生活中所做的一切事不能得着自由，
But now that we have experienced what Jesus can do for us, we are committed to him.
现在我们知道耶稣为我们所做的事，我们委身于他，
We are committed to follow Jesus all the rest of our lives.
我们委身于在我们一生当中要跟随耶稣。
And when there is commitment, there needs to be discipline.
当有委身，我们就需要有纪律。
And the yoke of Jesus means we discipline ourselves to say no to sin.
当我们有了耶稣的恶，我们就是在攻克己身，跟罪说不，
To say no to things that can draw us away from God.
跟那些会引我们远离神的事情说不。
To say no to the thoughts that can make us lose our hope and our trust and our faith in God.
跟那些我们会对神失去盼望、失去信心的事情说不。
This is what it means to be yoked by Jesus.
这就是被耶稣扼住的意思。
You see, this promise of coming to Jesus and he will give us rest.
你看，这来到耶稣，他就会来到耶稣这里，他就会给我们安息这应许。
It is not like a ticket that we have and we use.
那不像是我们使用的票。
Oh, when I'm so heavy laden and I'm so burdened, I come to Jesus and I peel off this ticket of grace and I say, Jesus, here's my ticket. Clear me of all my burdens.
那不像是我们说，主啊，我们的重担是那么的重，我来撕下这张票来使用。
And then once we feel better,
有时候我们觉得好了，
once we feel better, then we go away from Jesus and say, Jesus, you know what? Don't touch my life.
当我们好了，或许我们就会说，耶稣，不要再碰我的生
I
活。
know you are good.
我知道你好，
But you know, don't come to me with all this talk about commitment and discipline because I'm not ready yet.
但不要跟我说什么委身、什么纪律，我还没准备好。
And then when we go into another round of spiritual burdens and then we come back to Jesus again and then we peel off that ticket and we say, Jesus, here I am again.
然后我们又来到一个循环，来到耶稣面前说要卸下我们的重担，然后再撕下那张票，跟耶稣说来。
You see, when Jesus says, I want to give you rest,
当耶稣说我要给你安息，
he doesn't just want to give you temporal rest,
他不是要给你一个暂时的安
but
息，
he also wants to show you a way in which you can continue to be free.
但他要向你展示一个你可以一直得自由的
He
道路。
wants to show you a path where you can continue to experience this rest in your daily life.
他要向你展示一个你可以在你生活当中持续的享受这份安息的道路。
And that can only happen when we allow Jesus to yoke us.
那只有我们在愿意让耶稣扼住我们的时候才会发生。
That can only happen when we allow Jesus to take us by our hands and lead us.
那只有在我们愿意让耶稣来牵着我们、引领我们，才能发生。
You know, I remember once near my parents' house,
你知道，我记得有一次在我父母的家里，
there was a small puppy stuck in a huge monsoon drain.
有一只小狗被卡在了那个很大的水沟
Now,
里。
that was a stray dog.
那是一个流浪狗，
And somehow, because of what he did, he fell into that drain.
不知道他做了什么事，他跌进了那个水沟。
And the drain was very deep, so he could find no way out of the drain.
那沟非常深，他无法逃出来。
And that puppy was hiding deep inside the drain.
那小狗藏在那水沟里很深的地方。
So if you can imagine how the drain looks like, this is the entrance of the drain.
如果你想象一下那水沟是怎么样的，你就想那水沟的开始的地
It's
方，
about a 6-foot drop.
大概6尺的深
And
度，
then from there it goes inwards.
然后它向里伸展，
And it's like a tunnel.
就像一个隧道，
It's a very narrow tunnel.
是很窄很
And
窄的
the
隧道。
puppy was stuck deep inside this tunnel.
这小狗被卡在了水道的深处，
And we could hear the puppy calling out for help.
我们听到那个小狗一直在呼求着，
And it was very pitiful.
它很可怜。
A few of us, we were there trying to get the puppy out.
我们有几个人在那里尝试把它救出
And
来，
because no man could actually enter that tunnel and get the puppy out,
可是没有人可以进到那隧道把小狗救出来。
we had to use a rope in order to pull the puppy out.
我们需要用一个绳子把小狗给拉出来，
But every time we tossed the rope in,
但每次我们把绳子给抛进去，
the puppy would just retreat deeper into the drain.
那小狗只会往水沟越深的跑进去。
So we would wait.
所以我们等，
We put some food at the entrance of the tunnel, hoping it will come out.
我们在隧道的开始处放一些食物，希望小狗会被引出来。
The puppy will come out.
小狗会出来，
But the moment your hand goes in to try and put the rope around it,
当你手开始要把绳子套在它身
the
上，
puppy will be very fierce and it will retreat back into the drain again.
那小狗会变得很凶狠，然后又退回
So it
隧
was
道，
impossible to get the puppy out.
所以是很不可能把小狗给救出来。
Finally, we had no choice.
最后我们没有选择
We，called the fire engine to come,
叫消防员过来，
and they came.
他们来了，
And they assessed the situation.
他们检测了那个情况，
And they decided the best way to get the puppy out was to flood the drain.
他们决定最佳把小狗救出来的方式就
And they
是
said it will
冲
not
水。
kill the puppy because it is a downhill slope.
他说那不会杀死那小狗，
So
因为
what
它
they
是一个
did,
斜坡
they，put their huge high-powered pipes into the drain at the back of the drain.
所以他们把那个很高强度的那个水管伸进那个
And they began to
水沟，
flood the drain.
然后就冲水进了水
And the
沟，
puppy came flowing out of the drain.
小狗也从水沟里冲出来。
And that's how we got the puppy out.
这就是我们怎样把小狗给救出
But
来
you。see, sometimes we are like this puppy.
你看，有时候我们就像这只小狗，
We know that where we are right now is not a good situation.
我们知道我们所在的地方，那不是一个很好的情况，
But then we are unwilling to let Jesus yoke us and lead us out of that situation.
但我们拒绝让耶稣套住我们，把我们引出来。
If only we are willing to let Jesus yoke us and lead us,
当我们愿意让耶稣套着我们，引领我们，
we can experience true freedom.
我们可以经历真实的自由
You。see, Jesus wants to show us how we can be free of the devil.
你看，耶稣要让我们看，我们可以怎样从魔鬼里得释放。
He wants to show us how we can resist sin and resist temptation.
他让我们看到，我们可以如何的拒绝这些诱惑和试探。
He wants to teach us how we can trust in Him more and how we can worry less in our lives.
他要教导我们，我们可以如何的更多信靠他，更少的担忧。
He wants to take our hands and teach us how to fear not what tomorrow will bring.
他要牵起我们手，教导我们不要惧怕。
All these things can only happen if we are willing to be yoked to Jesus.
这些事会发生，当我们愿意让耶稣来套着。
I'm going to call the worship team up here.
我请敬拜团上来。
As we have listened to this sermon,
当我们已经听完这讲道，
probably some of you are sitting here